Hello and welcome back to another college football video. Today we will be answering the question, what would happen if the SEC has never existed? So let's get into it. First of all, our American Conference will take Alabama and LSU and Ole Miss. We tried to divvy up the teams by conference, so the ACC will have mainly Georgia and some other big hitters and names such as South Carolina. The Big Ten will only take Missouri and Vanderbilt as they were the closest to the North region. And then finally in the Big 12, it will take Texas and Oklahoma back, and it will also add teams like Tennessee. And our original SEC, because we could not get rid of the conference, is Arkansas, Auburn, Kentucky, and Mississippi State. So with the preseason top 25, there's a lot of SEC teams, but will they be able to keep this in their new conferences? We're going to sim to week 6 to see how these conferences are doing. So going to the Big Ten after 6 weeks, a lot of those original Big Ten teams still at the top, and not a great performance from Missouri and Vanderbilt. And in the Big 12, we have Texas, Oklahoma kind of near the top, but not at the very top. And Auburn will be running that leftover SEC, and in the American, it's all ran by the SEC. I had to stop the sim here as Navy beat Alabama in conference play. I thought that was pretty funny. And simming to week 13, almost the end, had to see what these teams had to win going into their conference championship games. Not a lot of SEC. So the Big Ten will kind of end with Big Ten teams at the top, and never really Missouri and Vanderbilt having a shot. In the American, it's all SEC at the top, although LSU takes the top right now. And the Big 12 will be Texas Tech and Kansas, with Oklahoma and Texas not in contention for it. And that will leave it with the SEC, where Kentucky is now actually taken over Auburn, and we'll have the SEC bid. So going into the playoffs, USC, Penn State, and Oregon, 3 Big Ten teams in the top, not the SEC's normal advantage. And let's see how these conferences finally finished. The American still ran by the SEC. Ole Miss takes back over, though, over in the American. And in the Big 12, Texas Tech and Oklahoma will end up being in the championship game, as Oklahoma has a chance to regain that title. Now over in the SEC, Kentucky will be facing off against Mississippi State for the SEC title game, and Austin Simmons from Ole Miss will get the Heisman, which leaves 3 Big Ten teams and Florida from the SEC to be the byes, and leaves some pretty good matchups in the first round there with Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, Boise State, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, and Miami, Notre Dame. So let's see how these go. The first round of the playoffs ends with Notre Dame, the 12th seed, upsetting Miami, Ole Miss losing to Texas Tech, Boise State upsetting Georgia, and Texas edging out Oklahoma for some pretty great matchups heading into the quarterfinals, which will end with Florida, our SEC team, the only one left alive. USC, the 1 seed, remains. Boise State on the upset run, and Penn State beating Texas, which leaves us with Penn State and Florida in the final game, as Boise State's upset run will not go. So Florida from the SEC, the Penn State wideout, headed to the national championship. Let's get into it. Penn State kicks off to start this drive. Florida will take it out of the back and down. Honestly, very surprising for how Florida has done in the SEC in recent years, that they would be the one team making it all the way to the national championship. Coming out of the ACC was probably a little bit easier, but still a hard road for Florida, and let's see if they can get this national championship. Not sure why that guy ran out of bounds there. Dropping back, the AI in this game is still pretty bad, and I hope that College Football 27 will be a little bit better. Penn State gets the sack there. I don't think we've had either of these teams in any of my videos be in the national championship. Usually it's Ohio State, but they're going to be down at the 2-yard line, and I don't think Penn State's going to be able to do anything from here, as they take it out of the back, and no one will reach him. Down the sidelines, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 98-yard touchdown to open the national championship for Penn State, and they will make it 7. So in the first quarter, Penn State will go up 7-0. Let's see if SEC's Florida can get back. Not a great first drive by the Florida Gators. That dude just flipped over. Florida dropping back, looking to do something here in the second quarter. Penn State's just all over him. 2nd and 11 now. Dropping back, finds his man. Will make it to the line. 1st and 10. Drops back, finds his guy. Florida slowly pushing up. Looks, finds his open man. Florida Gators are pushing down. 1st and 10 now. Across midfield. Finds him. Short gain. Looking now to run it. And he will go past the line of scrimmage, and that will be brought back. Another mistake by the AI, as Penn State will actually take over, and they're just going to kill this clock into the second. Penn State will start with the ball here in the 3rd, and they just need to kill as much time as possible for Florida not to be able to come back here. That's the thing about these short games, is if you can get the first touchdown and kill all the clock in the second half, that's pretty much the road to success here. There's a flag on that play. It will be brought back. 4th and 10 though. Penn State is not able to do that, and Florida will have a chance here with the ball. They got to make some magic happen though. It will not be off of that return, but they are across midfield. If they can slowly get closer, they still have 3 minutes left, including the 4th quarter. Looks, and he's falling down. Florida has not been able to get anything going this game. Although that's not bad. They're within the 30 now. His native 4 rushing yards on the day, but they're going to pick up more than 4 yards there as he's on the 1st down. As they're actually going to more of a rushing game. As I wonder if they're almost trying to set up a touchdown late with a 2-point conversion to try to finish this game. As they are 4th and inches. Game on the line, they're going to get it. They're down to about the 3rd. Yeah, I think they're going to try to go for... Oh, it will not be caught. And this is the thing I will never understand about College Football 26 AI. The fact that they just went to kick a field... I do not know what these Florida fans are cheering for. As they just lost the national championship because they decided to kick the ball with 20 seconds left. Down 7-0 in the national championship. Well, I'm sorry I've been gone for almost 3 months now, and I definitely want to get back to making videos. It was very fun. I'm in the middle of my junior year right now as a high school student, and it's one of the hardest times. But I love making these videos, and I know I'm not great at it, but I do want to come back and try to keep getting better. Every like, every sub gives me the motivation to keep going, and I want to thank every single one of you that made it to this part in the video because it means the world. Thank you, have a great day, and see you.